Good morning. Today is Monday, and as usual, it came too quickly. I spent just a lazy weekend, didn't really accomplish much of anything, but that's okay. Sometimes you need that, and I've said multiple times that my weekends are for refueling, and that's pretty much all I did this weekend. I've been thinking a lot just about life and grief and my mindset. And one thing that maybe people don't always think about is that the grief and the pain of the loss is not the only thing that you're dealing with. And it's too much on its own. But when you throw other things in there, just life in general, other things, if something happens to someone in your family, or just trying to raise children and still be a good mom and a good wife and keep a home and work a job. And when other stressors come, sometimes you just feel like you don't have capacity for all of it, because the grief alone, the pain that is nonstop from losing my son, it's like it has my capacity for stress filled to the very, very top. And then when you put anything else on top of that, it sends you into kind of a panic state of, well, where do I put this? Because I'm filled to the top with what I'm dealing with. So where do I put this other stress? Where do I put this other fear, this other worry, this other anxiety? And so I've talked a lot about, in my letters to Brayden, just feeling panicked and screaming on the inside, and that fight or flight that is permanently in my heart, the feeling somehow like you need to run away, but to where? Because there's no escaping it. And that's kind of the best way I know to explain it, is just there's not room for anything else, yet those things still come. So I'll go ahead and read my letter to Brayden this morning, and it's interesting because this is the letter that I was writing to him to tell him about my videos. And this is from September 17th, 2025, and I think this is my 73rd letter to Brayden. Good morning, my precious boy. Today is Wednesday. I'm working, but I'm thinking of you as I always do. I've been looking at your pictures and talking to you. Yesterday, I decided to follow in your footsteps, and I posted a video to YouTube. You were the video maker, and it's definitely outside of my comfort zone, but I've decided to record myself reading this book of letters to you. I want to try to help people, and maybe somehow that might help me too. I think one of the hardest things to wrap my head around in losing you is just the weight and indescribable feeling of having my child, who was here in my life for 19 years, who I nurtured and loved and cared for every day, just suddenly and permanently be gone. And I'm left here in this constant state of disbelief, pain, almost withdrawal type of existence, longing for you, and having to process daily that I will never see you again until we meet in heaven. Even now, 1 year, 1 month, and 18 days later, it's unfathomable. And it still is. And if I tell people to just imagine how it would feel to have their child be here and alive 1 minute and then gone the next, not just gone, but gone forever, no one can comprehend. I never could have comprehended this feeling. I'm living it and I still can't. I don't want to. I see signs and reminders of you everywhere. There's a whole patch of dandelions that are growing by the driveway. Every time I go out to check the mail, it's like you've sent a breeze to blow the little white wisps all around me. Every time. Is that you, Brayden? I believe it is. This morning on the drive back from school, I said out loud, "Good morning, Brayden. I love you." And seemingly out of nowhere up ahead, 2 large bucks walked towards the road where I was driving. The deer, the cardinals, the hummingbirds, the rainbows, the dandelions, the quarters and pennies, the lights flickering. The red Adirondack chair that I see on the porch of a random house on my drive to school. I have the sweetest picture of you, around 11 or 12 years old, in a red Adirondack chair, just like that one at Mom's house. You're everywhere, and you always will be because I carry you in my soul. And I love seeing all those things. I need them. And I appreciate them, but it hurts so bad for your presence. I don't want to talk to birds or deer or the breeze. I just want you. The only hope that I cling to is knowing I'll see you again. And knowing where you are. And how amazing that must be. Until then, sweet face, sweet words, sweet boy. I love you, Brayden.